Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my MotoGP 19 Rider Career Mode here today. We are here for episode number 3, or part 3, for rounds 5 and 6 for Le Mans and Mugello, I believe. Two fantastic circuits, two of my all-time favourites, and I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a great episode, I think. Two tracks, like I said, that I like, therefore I think it should provide good racing. In the last race in Jerez in round 4, we had a fantastic race with 120% AI on the hardest difficulty. If you haven't seen it, then check out the episode, guys, by clicking on the race in the top right hand corner of your screen. But with that being said, we're going to jump into things here at France, and as always, we're going to go to Friday practice and make sure we get comfortable with the bike, do a couple of practice programs, and then generally speaking try and see if we can get a lap that's good enough to go straight into Q2, and at the same time try and get that, get that comfortable feeling on the bike. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to jump into practice, and we're going to get up to speed around Le Mans, one of my favourite tracks, and see if we can try and get ourselves straight into the second part of qualifying. Okay, so currently through practice, we've completed the first of the 3 programs for the distance analysis for the track affinity. Now we're going to do the quick lap simulation. It's only 1 lap on soft tyres, so we're going to go for that and do what it says. Hopefully set a decent enough lap to go straight to Q2. Currently we're P9, about 2 seconds off first place. The usual suspects are actually pretty quick around here, so we're going to see if we can try and step up our pace a little bit around this Le Mans circuit. Very scruffy lap, I've got to be honest, but you know what, I think we'll take it. It should do the job. And there we go, maximum points, and we also set a 47.8, I believe, so that should be enough for Q2 in my opinion. I think we've got a strong pace, so not too bad. Like I said, a scruffy lap, and I think that's P2 for us. Let's confirm that, and actually no, P3, so there you go. Not too bad. Let's look at the session at the minute, and there you go. It's the usual suspects at the top half of the table. We are P3 and 4 tenths clear of P4, and then pretty much a whole second clear of P6. So I reckon that should be good enough for Q2. So let's call it a day there in the session, and we're going to move into qualifying. Okay, so there we have it then. Our lap in FP1 was good enough to get us through into Q2, as you can see there. So no dramas, and once again we're in the final part of qualifying. Now we've got 15 minutes to try and secure the pole position. Can we do it? It's going to be close and it's going to be tricky, but let's get onto it and let's see if we can try and secure pole position here at Le Mans. Here we go then, as we prepare for our first lap in qualifying. Let's give it everything here and let's see what we got. I reckon pole will be a low 47 in that kind of region, maybe a mid 47. So let's get our head down, let's try and set some decent lap times. Oh my god, poo came out. Gee whiz, mate, that was way too close. Oh my goodness me, that was so scary. Pretty good lap, I'm happy with this. I think with the exception of a bit of a scruffy turn 1 and that altercation with that rider that came out of the pit lane, it's been a strong lap, I think. A little bit of time lost there at the final corner. I could have put the power down a bit earlier, but still up to the line. And it's a 47.9 as the opener. Not too bad. I reckon I've got 1 more lap left in these tyres before they start to fade. So let's try again. Oh no, I'm a little bit wide there. Shame because I'm on a good lap. It was a really good lap there. I was 7 tenths up. I'm still 7 tenths up, so I'm going to continue. But there's a little bit of time left on the table there. A little mistake. The thing is, my sector 1 was so perfect that, I'm not sure I'll be able to repeat it. But let's keep going here. This is a strong lap. Let's try and end it strongly. Tyres are fading a little bit now. I'm losing a little bit of rear grip. So, the lap time is going to drop off, as you'd expect, as the lap goes on. Through the front a couple of corners. Power down a bit earlier here. That's better. Don't touch that bike. There we go. Up to the line. Yes, there it is. 47.0. That's a better lap. That's more like it. I reckon that could be pole right there. Very happy with that lap. Let's see if we can maybe go for one more, try and improve on a fresh set of tyres maybe. Okay, so with pretty much just under 3 minutes to go, Booth, Amos and also Garcia have improved slightly, but no one's really near my lap time, so I think we're comfortable here. I'm going to take a risk, and I think we've got it in the bag. I think we don't have to go out again. I think we've got pole position secured. And there we go then. I was right. Pole position secured. We didn't have to go back out again. That lap was good enough. And I was happy with that lap, to be honest. With the exception of the mistake, everywhere else it was pretty much perfect. We pushed the limits every single corner. And I'm very happy with that. 120% AI making me work for the lap times. But we do clock in with a 47.0. And that is pole for the first time in at least 2 races. So good stuff from us to bounce back. But now we've got to try and convert that pole position into a race win in the race. Without further ado, let's jump into it. It's time for round 5 for the French Grand Prix. Here we go then on the grid for the race here at Le Mans, and there's Sergio Garcia, the man in P2 alongside me in the front row, also Amos there as well, my championship rival. But let's have a look at our current strategy for this race. Now in terms of the tyres, for a 3-lap race, a soft could be possible on the front. I think I could make it work, to be honest with you. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to try a soft front. And for the rear, I'm going to go for a medium this race. I'm going to try a soft medium. I'm going to see if we can take the risk and it pays off for a change. And we can try and be aggressive at the start of the Grand Prix. Really use the faster tyres to our advantage. But let's see how it goes. Hopefully we can try and convert the pole into a race win. Garcia is 16 points ahead of me in the championship. And he starts from P2. So we need to try and win this race to outscore him a little bit. And get a few points back on him. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And let's get this race underway. Here we go then. The 5 lights come on here at Le Mans. Let's try and get a good start. Lights out and away we go. And it's not the best start you'll ever see. Definitely not the worst. Looks like we are going to get a better second phase, and our improved engine power is going to come into play here in towards turn 1. Antonelli is straight to the front. We're going to go around the outside here. Down the inside at turn 2. We take the lead back. Aggressive move there. And the AI having to yield and not fight me. Although someone right on my rear tyre here at the minute as we go downhill towards Musée or La Chapelle. Sorry, Musée is the next one, I believe. But so far so good. Macia is now P2. As we try and establish an early gap. I'll look behind on the next straight if I get a chance to. Towards Musée here, turn 7, a little bit wide. That's going to invite someone down the inside maybe. There it is, and it's Amos. There's contact, big contact there. I think it was Amos, I'm not sure. But we are pretty much side by side, and yes it is. It's Booth Amos there who's trying to go down the inside. I'm very shallow here into Garage Vert, into the double rights, but we're going to just about get it sorted out. On the power, good exit. And there we go, we stay in front. Let's have a look behind. And there we go, we've actually had a very strong Garage Vert there, putting out a little bit of a gap to Garcia and Amos. As we just get on the grass there slightly, but now let's try and establish our dominance and try and open up a gap here. We've got the more aggressive, softer tyres on, so for that reason we need to be quick and really try and get the gap out. So let's get our head down and let's try and win this race. It has to be a win today to stay within, in the mix of the championship. I don't want to have too many bad races because you never know. With the 120% AI like in the last race, or Jerez as well, it can catch you out and you just don't have to pay sometimes. And you don't want to have too many of the races, but because I've not done them yet, I don't know when them races will be. So I need to get as many points as I can while I can. Very done on lap 1 though. You can see behind now, look at the mini-map. We've got a huge gap. Garcia is in P2 now. Hopefully he won't remain there. Someone will try and get him. But let's keep pushing here and try and get the gap out a little bit more if we can. End of lap 2. We're looking good here. Garcia is getting a move on though. And he's trying to respond to my pace. We do a 47.0. We pretty much match our qualifying time with a medium rear. We do set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Garcia though, not letting me go. And he's trying to pull away and hold on to me if he can. This is the last lap of the Grand Prix. So let's try and stay strong here and not give up and not drop our pace too much. I've got to say I'm very impressed with Garcia. He's not letting me go here. And I think he's actually matching my lap times pretty closely. Gap 1.6. It has gone up slightly in that sector. But he's so much faster, Garcia, than anybody else in the AI pack. So he's trying hard Amos is down to P4 now, so slowly but surely the focus is now having to turn to Garcia, who, you know, is a championship leader for a reason. But at first it just seemed like Booth Amos was too quick, but Garcia now seems to be a very real threat as we go through the final couple of corners here to win the French Grand Prix, it seems. Here we go at the final corner, our second win of the season after USA, and there we go, 25 points for us in the championship, and we move to Mugello. But first of all, looking at the race results here, you can see that we win and we bring home the fast lap of the Grand Prix with a 47.0. Garcia P2, Macia P3, and Amos actually gets P4 in the end. Della Porta P5, Canet P6, Darren Binder 7th, and Tobo and Fanati round off the top 9. But in terms of the Riders' Championship after that race, we are now 11 points behind Garcia. We cut that gap down by 5 points, and we go to Mugello next. Amos now 14 points behind me and 25 off of Garcia there at the top of the table. And in terms of the team championship, we are still P2, but we know we're trying to push on here, but we're still 15 points behind Binder and Amos, and we'll try and keep pushing after those guys, but we need to improve the bike a little bit more, I think. But all in all, a good race. But we now move to Mugello. Before we jump into Mugello though, you can see on the screen right now, we're looking pretty good here, and the career progression is looking fantastic. We've maxed out the contract status as a team leader here. Things are looking very good in terms of the objective, so no complaints here. Things are looking very positive as we move into the Italian Grand Prix. At the minute, currently doing the practice program of the track affinity as always, and quite surprisingly, I'm quite a way off of Fanati. Very quite a way off, I mean, like literally 2 seconds or 1.5 now. We found a bit of time in the final sector, but that's interesting because that was my first lap here, but I wasn't that slow, if you know what I mean. Like, I can maybe find 1.5 seconds, but not much more than that. Like, that's kind of pushing the limit. So I'd be curious to see how much more the AI improved, because we could be challenged here, and I might have to try and, you know, find some time from somewhere, which I don't think I'm going to find it from. Okay, crisis averted. I found some time in Sector 2. I found about pretty much 1 second in Sector 2 alone, and that's helped me out massively. We're 3/10 off now, and I found 3/10 in this final sector last time round, so we should be okay to match Fanati's lap time. But I'll be honest, I'm still kind of, I haven't got a lot left in the tank, if you know what I mean, not like other tracks, so this could be interesting. Up to Lano, do we go P1 first of all? Let's find out. No, not quite. We actually lost a little bit of time in the final sector, but still, we hit the practice program targets, which is good. So let's get back to the pit lane and let's have a look at the data and see. So first of all, 2:03.0, so we're a little bit off the pace. Let's have a look. And actually, Canet's is set at 2:02.3, so much better lap time there. So we're going to have to step up our game a little bit, and we will probably do that by attempting the qualifying or the quick lap simulation test. So let's get the tyres on and let's do that one, and let's try and see if by doing this test we can also set a much more accurate benchmark. That's a big lap. I've just literally hit the track and Garcia's clocked up with a 2:01.3. That is 1.7 faster than my current lap, so I need to find something around here. I had a feeling they are all quick around here, and they are, so we need to find something special in this lap, because I think Q2 might be a struggle to get into this time. Right then, half a second off after sector 3, so we are up against it here. That was a good end to the lap that I feel. I think that was a strong sector 4 up to the line, and we do find a little bit of time there, 2:01.6, and we hit the practice program targets as well, which is good. And the time threshold was a 2:03, which was actually the lap I had beforehand. So that lap I did before wouldn't have been good enough to pass the practice program. So it just goes to show Mugello is a bit of a tougher track. But let's look at the lap time in itself and confirm it. So okay, so 0.7 then. So 2:01.7, 3/10 off Garcia. And to be fair, I'm happy with that. That should get us into Q2 now. I didn't think I had that pace in me, but I was pushing a lot. I can't do much more than that. I don't think a 0.3 is possible for me unless I get an absolutely perfect lap. So as you can see, at the minute, based off of those below, I'd say we're safe to go into Q2 here, and I don't think we're under too much pressure. So we pulled out the bag, up against it, under pressure, but we had to work for it. But now let's move into qualifying. Let's see if we made it into Q2. Okay, so good news, we have made it into Q2, so panic averted, kind of, a crisis averted more like. And we do manage to get into Q2, which is good. But now let's see if we have the pace to put it on pole. And let's see if we can try and match that lap time from practice. If I could do the same lap from practice again, I'd be very happy. So let's see what we can do. It's time for qualifying. Okay then, Q2, our first time lap attempt. Just under 10 minutes to go. So 2:01.9 from Binder is the benchmark. Let's try and beat that and try and set the reference. Oh, mate, that was way too close. Oh, that was perfect. Not 100% flat or there, but the line was much better. Pretty good line. Oh no, that's not good. That's a bad one. That's a bad touch of the curb, that. Right then, here we go. Out the final corner. Great lap in places, but also a bit of a messy one. We should go P1. Let's find out. Up to the line. There we go, a 0.7. So we literally match our practice time on our first attempt, and we made a few mistakes. So there's a little bit more time in that. I'm going to try one more lap on these tyres, and hope I've got enough for this time lap. Oh no, I just found 3/10 there through sector 2, but I'm wide again over the second Arrabbiata. If we just don't do the curb again, the same mistake, I should be faster this lap, hopefully. That's better, that's much better, that's the kind of line you want. Tyres are fading though. Oh damn it, that's a bad touch of the curb. Alright, we're going to ban on this lap. As Binder's improved back to P1, we're going to strap on another set of softs and try one more time. Okay, so I've simulated to the final 4 minutes, and Booth Amos has set a ridiculous lap. And as I say that, on cue, Garcia matches pretty much. And the two championship contenders set their big laps, a 2-minute 1.1 and a 2-minute 1.2. We are going to have to hit the absolute most perfect lap to get that lap time, I think. We're half a second off. I can do it, but it's going to have to be really, really like a perfect lap. I'm tempted to actually try a medium rear, because the fronts do take a pounding around here. Dare I say medium front, medium rear. I might try, you know that. I think it's worth a go. To be fair, I've only got 2 sets of mediums. Yeah, let's give this a go. I'm going to try medium. I think, actually, I'll go soft front, but I'm going to go medium rear. I want that rear tyre, so we're going to take a risk here, something different for a change, and we're going to roll dice for pole position. Hopefully it gives me more tyres towards the end, but let's give it a go, and let's give it everything for one last banzai lap. Oof. That was a close one. Right, here we go then, the all or nothing lap. Let's try our absolute best. Come on, this is good so far. Keep it together. No mistakes so far, pretty much. It's been a pretty clean lap. There we go, nice and tidy through there. Come on, let's try and keep it together. Yes, there we go, that's good, we're improving. Final sector is my strongest sector. If we get this right, we could be in contention here. Come on. On the power, could have gone a little bit earlier there. keep a nice tight line, shortest run to the line. There we go, tuck in nice. Keep it nice and sharp to the right hand side. Look at the clock, go up and up and up. Is it enough? Up to the line, not quite. P3. We do clock up a 201.3, which I will take. I've got no complaints over that. I'm going to try again, seeing as I still have some tyres left. Will they hold on to the end? We'll find out, but I've still got tyres left, more than I thought, so we're going to try again, but that was a pretty good lap, to be honest. Sector 1 is where I'd say there's a bit of time on the table. Everywhere else is pretty much perfect. Ooh, where's that come from? That's a big sector 1, that is. But I'm already scruffy through those two. Not the optimal line. Come on, let's keep it together. Flag drops. Oh my god, we're equal through Sector 2. This is going to be so close. Sector 3 is where I lost time last time. Hold it together, come on. This is going to be so, so close. They haven't improved, so the AI have done their max. Can I find something special here? It's looking good. That's been a better Sector 3 so far. Just got to try and be a little bit tighter to Correntaio here, which I'm not. I'm wide again, but I do get the throttle down early. Little wobble there. That's going to cost me a little bit. Let's get the chicane right. Just tap of the curb there. Oh no, that's not the one. That's messed me up. That's going to screw me over. That scruffy curb. I'm going to try again here. Very shallow into the final corner. It's a different line. Get the power down early. I think I've thrown it away though. That mistake is going to cost me. Up to the line. Come on. Come on. Give me everything you got. Everything. Come on. Come on. I think we've done it. Yes. Yes, we did it somehow. Even with the mistake, we managed to pull it off. Oh my goodness me. Whew. What an intense session that was. But we pulled through and we've done it again. We've got pole position at Mugello, but that one was fantastic. We had to really work for that. And dare I say, it could have been a 2-minute .0 had we actually not made that mistake, because it was an incredible lap up to that point. Man, whew. That was fun. I had to work for that. Hopefully we can win the race now and convert the pole position into a race win. Okay then, here we go for the race on the grid. Pressure's on. If we win this, we really get close to Garcia. First of all, tyres. Let's fix these. Those are my qualifying tyres, and they're absolutely shot to pieces. And I'm going to go safe around here. The medium hard is going to be the way to go. The tyre wear seems quite high around this circuit after 2 laps. And it might be hard to make 3 laps, to be fair, on a soft medium. So definitely a medium hards, maybe even the hards actually, now I think about it, but I'll stick to the medium front just in case. It seems to work for me, so I'm not going to change what I already know. With that being said though, let's jump into things here. Let's try and win this race on pole position. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix at the fantastic Mugello circuit. Here we go then. The 5 lights come on here at Mugello. Lights out and away we go. I think it's a good start from us. I think it's a good start, I really do. Let's have a little look behind, shall we? Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Great start off the line, absolutely fantastic. My reaction to the 5 lights was on point, I've got to say. It's a turn 1. Let's bring it down to the apex nice and early. Let's make sure no one gets underneath us. And there we go, that's exactly the start I was looking for. That's absolutely perfect. Now, can we establish an early gap here? A bit like Le Mans. Oh, mate. Whew. Whoa. Garcia there with a huge dive. I don't know how I'm on the bike. Wow. I don't know where that's come from. But that's Garcia all right. He's on my tail already. So we're going to have to work for it again here. This is going to be even harder than Le Mans, I think. But wow, I can't believe I'm still on the bike. That is so lucky. To be fair, Garcia's lucky he's on the bike as well. Right. Down the hill then. through Cervelli. Come on, let's try and squad it on into the Arrabbiatas, 1 and 2. This one's flat, if you got the line right. Which is not quite what I've done. We're gonna get away with it. A little lift, a little bit of braking action there just to make sure. Arrabbiata 2 much better. A hard tire should come in clutch for us here today. A little bit wider into Scarperia. Come on, come on. Let's keep pushing here. I need to get the early gap out. Forward the pin. Garcia's on my arse. He is not letting me go. It's going to be really hard to shake him off, I think, this race. Corintaio, I tend to take a different line to the AI as well, which is a much wider one. But Garcia doesn't dive. Now let's get the chicane right. That'll do. A little lift there. Oh, Garcia's gone! Garcia's gone down! Behind us. Oh boy, that's a big one. Championship rival down. Now we can breathe a little bit. We've got a little bit of a gap here. Worst thing is he's gone down on lap 1 for him, so he's going to lose a lot of places. If you go down on lap 3, whilst the pack is stretched out a bit, you'll lose less places. So you can see on the minimap, there's a little bit of a bunch of bikes behind us there battling for P2, but we've got a nice gap here in first place. It's been a fantastic first lap and everything has gone my way. We've got 2 more to go. Let's try and bring this one home, but it's looking good for 2 race wins here. Let's keep our head down. Oh, the curbs around here are deadly, man. I've had a few lucky escapes all weekend long. Another one there over that curve. But luck seems to be on our side. Not much more I can say. The pack behind is catching up though. You can see the minimap, they pretty much just merged into one with me now. So we've lost our lead. We've been a little bit scruffy this lap. And we've lost all of our lead. So this isn't over just yet. Arrabbiata 2 nice and tidy there. Much better than Arrabbiata 1. But there's people behind me and they're on my arse. I think someone's going to go for a lunge there. It sounded very, very close. Let's have a little look behind after this corner. Okay, there we go. We've actually got a little bit of a gap there. Very nice chicane, nice and tidy. We've opened up a gap again. But we can't rest on our laurels. It's going to be 100 mile an hour this race. We need to keep pushing. Pace isn't too good at the minute. 203.2 is not fantastic, but it seems like everybody behind is also not setting that great pace. So we're able to stay in front, which is good. Final lap of the Grand Prix. Let's bring it home. There we go, nicely done for the chicane. Not the best line, but we kept it tidy. You can see the minimap, they're still pressuring me from behind here. No one's giving me a moment's rest. As we go into the final corner, let's keep a nice tight line. Keep it nice and tidy, there we go, on the power. Booth Amos has taken second place from Binder right at the death. Out the final corner then. Here we go, we are going to win the Italian Grand Prix 2 in a row. Our 3rd win of the season. And that is what I'm talking about. Yes. Woohoo. Tough weekend. I enjoyed that though. We was challenged all the way through that race, and actually Fenati brought home the fastest lap there with a 2:0, which is 6/10 up on our time. So it just goes to show all of the AI had the pace and anyone could have won that race. It's just a matter of where they were on the racetrack. Garcia actually, you can see at the bottom there, he managed to recover the P9 in the end, so fair play to him. And he might have had damage on his bike and still managed to get P9, so fair play. But you can see Booth Amos there and Darren Binder 2nd and 3rd, so for their team that's going to be good for the constructors. But let's look at the Riders' Championship, and we are now leading by 7 points over Sergio Garcia and 19 points over Booth Amos. So a successful episode here today as we re-overtake Garcia for first place and extend the gap to 7 points. So a very good episode, 2 wins as well. In terms of the team championship, you can see here that we're 2nd place, still 20 points behind CRP Green Power, and Binder and obviously Amos got a good result here today with 2nd and 3rd. So not much I can do really. I need my teammates to do a little bit more, and in order to do that we are going to improve the bike a little bit as we have a few upgrade points to make. So let's get into the R&D tab and let's improve the bike. Okay, so we are currently in a transfer window, and we could actually go for a better bike. Now, there's not many that are better than mine. You can see on the grid we've got the SIC 58 or the SIC, however you want to call it, the Simoncelli team basically. They're the same kind of performance as us. Then we've got Estrella Galicia 00, which is of course Garcia's team, and they're really, really strong. Then we've got Avintia, which aren't so great. And then we've got Sniper's team, which is similar to us. However, like I said before, we are going to put some upgrades on the bike, so it's only going to get better. Therefore, we're going to re-sign with our current team. And I'll only really consider an offer if it's up to Moto 2, to be honest with you, because, like I said, we don't have much time to get through this career mode, so I want to try and make it as light as possible. Now, in terms of upgrades, we have 55 points, so we could probably do one of each, to be honest with you. One for the frame and one for the engine. So we're going to probably do that and get those on the bike for the next race. We still have 15 points in the bank, but the next upgrades are worth 60 points, which is pretty big. But the performance of the bike has gone up a long way, so things are looking good. And hopefully in the next race we can do even better. The next race will be Catalonia, and then after that we are going to have also Holland or Assen. So really, really good couple of races coming up here. The European season is fantastic, you know, Sachsenring, Brno. And by the way, these menu pictures look absolutely fantastic. They've done some great job of taking some fantastic images. But yeah, the next race will be Catalonia, guys. But until then, if you did enjoy this video, then drop a like and also get subscribed for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content, and turn on notifications to not miss a single video from me. And finally, check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Let's see you in my next episode very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.